Hello guys, I am Dewdimpple and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock add-on tutorial video. So the specific add-on tutorial video has been requested by my Discord server to make a tutorial video about game test. So game test is quite complicated to learn if you don't have any past experience of coding, mostly JavaScript. So if you have an experience, this game test should be easy to learn for you. If not, I am going to make this tutorial video as easy as possible. So I'm just going to confine this whole video into just the Mojang Minecraft module, because there's currently 4 modules in the scripts or the game test API, which is the Mojang Minecraft UI, which you can make your own custom UI with those. Mojang Minecraft server, I don't know what these do, and the Mojang game test. So I am just going to teach you the events, which is the events class, which is this is the most important part of the scripts, because it listens to an event happening in game and you can output anything depends on what you're doing inside of the game. So before we start coding, we're going to first to make a behavior pack. We're not going to use any resource pack in this tutorial video. If you have a if you want to integrate this game test code in your add-on, of course it requires a resource pack if you have custom blocks or custom items. But for this tutorial video, we're just going to focus on the behavior side of things. So this is my game test tutorial behavior, and this is the manifest. Let's open that manifest. And this is the manifest format. So usually, no, this is not the correct manifest format. Okay, so this is the correct manifest format, which we have a module part here instead of just having a data. We have a module format here for the JavaScript code. Of course, your UUID type, which is script, language is JavaScript, your description, which can be anything, and the most important part here is the entry. Entry is where the main file will be located, your main code of the script. So we are going to open the main file, which is, it says here it is located in the scripts folder, which is the scripts folder and the main JavaScript file over here. We are going to edit that, and here we are inside of the main file. So what we are going to do first is to use import bracket world from Mojang Minecraft. So this line of code here is going to import the world class, which we can find here. Here is the world class, which we can access the events from here. Or what you can do to directly access the events is just use the events class directly if you want to do that. But we're just going to use the events for this for now. So what event would we like to listen for? We can listen for player chat. We can also listen for explosions, item use, distance, block break. There's so many things that we can listen to, but for simplicity's sake, we're just going to use before chat. So we're going to use world, which is the class we have imported to, and events, and the property, which is the before chat. So this is the event. Then we want to subscribe to this event. It means we want to listen to this event. So event data, then there we go. So this, inside of this, anything you put inside of this will get outputted if we say anything in the chat. Example, if we want, if the player says something, I want the script to say something in the chat also. So in order for that to happen, I will need to run this code, world get dimension, so the world knows where to run the command. It can be in the nether, overworld, or end. So I want to run this command in the overworld run command, and let's say this is a game test script, like that. So since this add-on hasn't been imported into the game yet, it will do nothing, of course. But let's try importing this thing into our game. Our game test tutorial has been successfully imported, but before we do anything, before we import anything into the world, we are first going to move that into our development, which can be found here. So moving the add-on into the development behavior packs, let us edit the add-on directly in the behavior pack. While importing it directly into the world, you will have to go to your worlds and you have to edit the add-on inside of there. So I recommend moving the add-on into the development behavior pack first. Okay, here we are. Let's create a new world for this. I'm going to go for creative, peaceful, and game test tutorial. Going to go to advanced, flat world, starting map balls, just show coordinates. You don't need to enable that, but for me, I just want to enable cheats. And let's try to turn on the experimental modes. Spectator, no, we want to use the game test framework. Yeah, turn on experimental anyway. Yes, I want to turn on experimental. So if you're just using game tests in your add-on, you can just use this game test framework experimental settings right over here. But if you're using Molang experimentals, custom biomes, holiday features, you can open that, you can enable that. But let's try creating our world here. And I forgot to import the behavior. Okay, I've imported the game test tutorial. So let's play. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to try to type something into the chat. It can be anything. I'm just going to spam keys right here, and the game test script should say something. And it did. Script engine says this is a game test script. So what if I want to the script to rate a specific word the player says? Like if a player says I like apple, I like dog, I like cats, I want the script to say I like dog too, like example. In order for us to do that, we are going to use the event data here. So let's check again what we can do in the before chat. Subscribe before chat event. So this is the before chat event class. So this is what we can do. We can cancel the message of the player. We can edit the message of the player, determine who is the sender or who is the player, who are the targets of the message, and this supplier says receive this message. It should directly okay. I don't know what's the difference between these two. So yeah. So what we're going to focus on is this message, because we want to read what the player says. So we're going to get we're going to make a variable called message here, event data message. So this reads the message. We're going to make an if. So this is a conditional statement. If message equals I like cats. Let's try cats. I like cats. Let's try let's move that and let's put it right over there, and the game test will say I like cats too. Let's go back to world. Let's save and quit and reopen the world again. If I type any other thing here, like I like apple, game test will... Okay, something happened, which this is a game test script. Did I... Okay, never mind. I'm still editing at the wrong at the wrong file. Okay, we should be editing at the development now. Development behavior here. Okay, I just copy paste that. Okay, so this is our new code. So let's try that again. Okay, if I said I like apple again, I like apple. Event data is not defined. Of course, because syntax error. Event data, that is a D. D is uppercase, and I put lowercase here. Of course, you don't need to put event data here. You can put any other names here. As event data, like event data, but for simplicity's sake, just for I can understand this is event data. Okay, now let's try I like apple again. Now it doesn't output the I like cats too, but what if I type I like cat? I like cat. Now the script engine will say I like cats too. So this is how you use game test. This is a very powerful tool that you can use in your add-ons. Of course, this is a powerful tool, but it can easily break your world if you are not careful in your coding. I have broken worlds by using game tests, so you need to be careful while using this. So this is the final part of the video where I teach you a cool thing about game tests, about what you can do with game tests. What if I would like to read the player's inventory, and I would like to output all of the item names into the chat? So if you don't know this enchanter add-on, the add-on that you can remove enchants from your items into a book is using this enchanter, which is using almost the same kind of thing like we're going to do now. We're going to read from the inventory. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want to get the player first. We can't get the inventory of an entity. We can get someone's inventory without getting an entity or a player object first. So we are going to use we're going to make another variable, which is let. Which is player in. So this is going to be our inventory variable. So event data, which is we want to get the sender of the message, which is the sender, the player. Okay, and then data, so this gets the player. I want to get now, since we get access to the player now, I want to get the inventory of the player. So we will use get component for that. Get component, inventory, then container. So this, get full access to the player's inventory with this. So what if I say inv? Let's say inv. If I say int to the chat, I want to get the player's inventory. We're going to use for this, since we are going to want to get every single slot in the player's inventory. So let's find the container here. Entity container. Inventory component container. Is this it? Yes, this is it. This is it. Inventory component. Yes, this is it. So once we have access to the player inventory, we will need to get the player size first. So let's that, do that. We want to go to 0. We're going to have an index of flat to 0. Then we're going to ask if the player inv size, if the slot, if the player inventory size is greater than the slot, then the slot index will increase. So this now will get the slot, but the problem is, if the code encounters an empty slot, an error, the code will output an error and it will break your game. So what we want to do is we want to get what is inside of the slot first, like item, which is player in get item, which is slot. So we will get the item inside of this certain slot here. So we're going to use if continue, if item. So what this line do is, if an item is null, or if the slot is empty, if it didn't get any item in this slot, it will skip that slot. So if it detects an item, let's say I want it to say okay, let's output something. Let's output the name of the item. World get dimension, overworld, run command, and say okay. Now we get the item. Since we have already an item variable here, we can access the item name and data now. So let's say let's try to access the item. So $, then brackets. So this will let you access the item variable when you are using run command or a string. So we're going to use item. I don't this single quote. This single quote it's not your normal single quote like this. This is I don't know what to call this. This is next before the 1 number, which is this. I don't know what that's called, but I use that on instead of double quotes or single quotes. I use that in this string right here. So say item. So say item. So it just doesn't. It still doesn't get the name of the item. So we want to get the name of the item. So we will need to use the item stack. So item and ID. Here it is, ID. So this is how you get the inventory of the player. Now let's try to save and quit. Hopefully there's no errors. Okay, there's no errors. If we try in the chat, nothing happens because I don't have any items inside of my inventory. What if I try that? Now it says Minecraft Sandstone Stairs. What if I spam a lot of stuff in my inventory? Try that again. Now see, this is really cool, right? It can read every items inside of my inventory. The sandstone, dark oak fence gates, smooth quartz stairs, and prismarine brick stairs. Really cool, right? This is how powerful the game test is. Of course, I have just discovered right now that game test doesn't work on realms. So hopefully soon game test can be used on realms and stuff. So that's it for this game test tutorial video. I hope you find this really useful and really useful information. And I'll be seeing you guys again at the I'll be seeing you guys again at the future videos or the future streams. And bye bye guys. Bye bye.